Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 50 of WWE Universe as we finally do our review of the Elimination Chamber 2015, which was a WWE Network exclusive. So, without further ado, make sure you click like and subscribe and share as we will go down this entire pay-per-view, as there was only a few matches for the Elimination Chamber, and plus there's also some announcements for Money in the Bank, which takes place on June 14th, and I'll be talking about that at the near the end of this podcast. So, starting things off, we have Stardust and Zack Ryder kicking things off for the kickoff show for the Elimination Chamber. Obviously, Stardust picks up the win over Zack Ryder. Obviously, a very coincidence that Stardust would pick up the victory here. So, obviously, nothing too much to discuss in this match as ever. Sorry about that. And let's continue on. Daniel Bryan also showed up at the Elimination Chamber as he promised he'll be back on Miz TV. So, obviously, Daniel Bryan had promised people that he's going to try his best to return to in-ring competition. He's hoping to recover from his injuries and hopefully he'll return, fingers crossed. Anyway, and then we have the WWE Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber match, the first time tag teams are taking part. And this led into the New Day beating the Primetime Players, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, the Ascension, the Lucha Dragons, and Los Mirandaros, who are the tag teams who took part in the first ever Tag Team Elimination Chamber match. So it was a bit coincidence that New Day were going to survive the Elimination Chamber match because WWE doesn't want to give up on this team just yet. And then we have the Triple Threat Divas Championship match where Nikki Bella defends against Naomi and Paige. And obviously Nikki Bella able to defeat Naomi whilst Paige was hurt outside of the ring. And obviously Nikki Bella was able to do it without her sister at ringside and without Tamina Snuka at ringside. So Nikki Bella continues as Divas Champion. And then this led into the big match here for John Cena. He takes on NXT champion Kevin Owens versus US champion John Cena. And obviously, this is where things turn ugly for Cena because for a very shocking moment, Kevin Owens was able to do a powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, takes Cena out completely, in order for Kevin Owens to, for the first time, win on a pay-per-view match as an NXT champion. That is the first time an NXT champion has ever beaten one of WWE's major champions, which is really huge for WWE right there. The fact that they got Kevin Owens to do this battle with Cena. And then, of course, this led into a battle between Neville and Bo Dallas. Of course, Neville able to defeat Bo Dallas after what Bo Dallas has done to Neville, trying to injure his leg. Neville was able to still beat Bo Dallas after all those attacks. And then we come to our second Elimination Chamber match where we're battling for the vacated Intercontinental Championship. Obviously, Rusev was unable to participate because of his fractured ankle that he hurt on SmackDown during the week. So this leads into Sheamus, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth, and Ryback and Mark Henry taking part in the Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber match. So this is what led into a match where we would have Ryback winning for the first time the Intercontinental Championship, and Daniel Bryan would then get rewarded by Daniel Bryan the Intercontinental Championship after realizing his dream to finally win a championship in the WWE. Ryback has been begging for a championship by WWE, and finally he becomes Intercontinental Champion in 2015. So I have a lot of... I actually actually a big congratulations to Ryback for becoming the Intercontinental Champion. And then we lead off to our main event, which is Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Obviously, the match went crazy all over the place, but unfortunately, Dean Ambrose did win by disqualification. But we all know Dean Ambrose wasn't going to leave on his own, so he decided, along with Roman Reigns, to take the WWE World's Heavyweight Championship belt and claim that he has won the championship, valid that disqualification, which I like the way Dean Ambrose does that, because that makes it even more personal between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. The fact that Seth Rollins a year ago put the end to the Shield, and of course, it'll be 1 year exactly leading up to Money in the Bank since the breakup of the Shield. So of course, this makes perfect sense that this would take place. So my overall review of the Elimination Chamber, I'm actually going to give this a 9 out of 10, actually. I was quite impressed with some of the matches. I was a bit shocked with the fact that they let an NXT superstar beat a WWE's big star in front of the world, because I never thought that was ever going to happen until it happened. I was like, wow, Kevin Owens beats Cena in front of the world. I mean, that is huge. That is huge for an NXT superstar to ever beat a top guy from WWE who has held many titles, only to lose to an NXT newcomer who could be like, a future Brock Lesnar in a way, because the fact that, NXT commentators were even saying when I was watching NXT, they were saying, this guy could be the next Brock Lesnar at some point. And I wouldn't be surprised if this guy does become like a future Brock Lesnar if Brock Lesnar decides to hang his boots up in WWE. But yeah, I was really, really, really shocked by that whole performance. And also I was kind of impressed with the whole Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose stunt right there. It was really brilliant. And particularly, I was pleased for Ryback finally getting his first ever championship in WWE. Good for him. He deserves it. He's been waiting a long while, and he finally gets it. So big up for him. But let's talk about Money in the Bank, guys. Make sure also to tell me your thoughts of the Elimination Chamber by commenting down below, as we're going to talk about the Money in the Bank ladder match. That's right. Michael Cole announced during the pay-per-view who was going to participate at this year's Money in the Bank ladder match. And I am pleased to say that these are the following superstars who will be participating in that Money in the Bank contract match on June 14th. We have got the Viper Randy Orton. We have got Adrian Neville, who's one of the newest high flyers. We've got Kofi Kingston from the New Day. We also have Dolph Ziggler back into the Money in the Bank. Also, Sheamus is back in just 1 year since he was battling for the WWE World's Heavyweight title last year. And of course, Roman Reigns finally gets his Money in the Bank opportunity, which means once again Roman Reigns could easily win this match, and we could be leading up to Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, which would be an interesting clash if Roman Reigns does go on to win Money in the Bank next month. But guys, who do you reckon could win Money in the Bank? Do you reckon it'll be Sheamus this year? Do you reckon Randy Orton will do it 2 times in a row? You reckon Ziggler could do it 2 times in a row? Maybe Kofi may win this time. Maybe Adrian Neville might become our future WWE World's Heavyweight Champion. Or do you reckon is it Roman Reigns' time to win Money in the Bank and he will cash in, and that way he'll become champion, and maybe this could lead up to his heel turn maybe. So, make sure you comment down below who you think should win Money in the Bank contract next month when the briefcase is up hanging in the air. One of these men will win it. So there will be no question. All men are going to be hunting down for that briefcase, and all these men are going to want to be Money in the Bank holder this year. I'm putting my bets on I'm looking at possibly either Sheamus, Randy, or Roman Reigns to win, because I really don't think WWE are going to put Ziggler on the spotlight, but you never know. Ziggler may get another chance at the title if WWE are willing to give him that chance. Adrian Neville, I really don't think that's going to happen. Nor will Kofi, because Kofi's probably going to focus on the tag team titles. If anything, they're going to focus on that. So I'm looking at possibly Sheamus, Randy, and Roman Reigns as the three top people to possibly win this match. That's in my opinion, though. But if you've got your own opinions, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Who should win the contract at Money in the Bank? And then another huge match. And yes, I'm very, very happy that WWE have gone ahead to do this. Kevin Owens versus Cena. The rematch will be happening at Money in the Bank. Obviously, no titles will be on the line, so let's make that clear that there isn't going to be a US or an NXT title. It's basically champion versus champion again, and this time, hopefully, Cena hopes to beat Kevin Owens. He promises to finish this trash talk from Kevin Owens and put an end to his reign of destruction, which I hope many of us are hoping Cena will be able to turn it around at Money in the Bank, but most of us are getting worried now that Cena has failed to defeat Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber. So who knows? Maybe will WWE give Kevin Owens his first loss in WWE history? Or will this lead up to another victory for Kevin Owens at Money in the Bank? Because there was rumors that Kevin Owens was meant to be participating in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but WWE have chosen to go with this feud between Cena and Kevin Owens instead, which makes perfect sense because the fact that Kevin Owens has beaten Cena, obviously now it would make perfect sense for these two to keep having a battle and this battle to continue into this pay-per-view. Now, obviously, we don't know what other matches are planned for Money in the Bank. I'm guessing the tag team titles will probably be on the line. I'm also guessing it will be a rematch between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are probably going to be in the can for Money in the Bank. So we're bound to get some kind of rematch, possibly a no disqualification, no count-out match, possibly, judging from how Dean Ambrose won by disqualification. So I'm probably guessing we're going to get a no DQ match at Money in the Bank if Triple H and the Authority accept the rules for their rematch. As far as the Intercontinental title, possibly Ryback might face, he might have an Intercontinental title match. We're not too sure just yet because Ryback hasn't been confirmed that Ryback is going to be defending the title at Money in the Bank, but there's a good possibility the title will be up on the line at Money in the Bank, and we could be seeing possibly Ryback versus maybe King Barrett, possibly. It's leading up to the idea of these two having a feud for the Intercontinental title. It would make perfect sense that they would have a battle for the Intercontinental Championship. Really, it would have been, Ryback versus Sheamus, but problem is Sheamus is going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, so obviously now it has to be somebody else battling for the Intercontinental title. So, guys, let me know also what other matches you would like to see at this year's Money in the Bank. We've got one Money in the Bank ladder match. Do you reckon they should do another ladder match for the WWE World's Heavyweight title? Or do you reckon they should just keep it Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose ladder match? Maybe like a one-on-one ladder match, perhaps, to build interest to the championship? We don't know. But, guys, what do you think? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see at this year's Money in the Bank. Hopefully we'll get some good surprises at this pay-per-view, and hopefully one of our favorites will win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Either Orton, Roman Reigns, or maybe Sheamus will probably win this match. Judging from my predictions of this, I'm hoping it's going to lead up to these three, but we're not really entirely sure where WWE are going to go with these six men and see what WWE are thinking should take the crown for 2015. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, apart from that, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all very, very soon for a review of Money in the Bank, as well as some future episodes about WWE 2K16, as we are leading up to the big reveal, which will take place in August, for the WWE 2K16 roster reveal, and I cannot wait to reveal that to you all, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all for episode 51 very, very soon. See you then.